Ed seriously showing his face?
That's probably going to be that way the entire time, I can bet.
You not know Ed Huther.
Do not expect to see Ed's actual face pop up on that screen.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Is this all right that we're, just kind of like all exposed like this, or should we, put on a mask or something? Because I got my mask.
He's got props for his props.
Oh my goodness.
Is that safer, or is everybody comfortable? If everybody's comfortable, I'll go without.
Yeah, I think we're good with that. You're safe.
You're a sick human.
Expected nothing less.
I mean, that is the truth. But
that's a great way to start the video.
Yeah. So hey everyone, this is the week 9 reunion with the cast of Cracked Up, and we are here with Jerry, Donna, Justin, Mug, and Phyllis.
I mean, he usually does Mug, so it's appropriate.
Seriously, that headshot he had before he showed us the mug was a different mug.
There's plenty of mugging going on in this movie we're going to show, so.
Yes.
Non-stop mugging. So how's everyone doing? Thanks for joining us. It's been 10 years.
Thanks for having us.
You're saying 10 years.
That's so cool.
So we've seen Donna and Jerry, we've touched base with them since we started these reunion videos. But for Justin, Phyllis, and Ed, if you wouldn't mind, touching base with us, it's been 10 years. If you could share something possibly in your life that has changed in these past 10 years, or maybe something has stayed the same in the past 10 years, something that's, consistent in your life, if you want to talk about that.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind starting, please.
Well, yeah, I think what stays the same, I think maybe for most of us, is that your day to day, you go to work, you come home, hopefully you do theater or you have, something else to do. But, your basic routine stays the same, which it probably has for me. My son got married, so that's different. So
that's
I have a
exciting.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah. And what else did we do? We finished upstairs. We made an apartment for my daughter, so she's up there, and this way she can pay off her mountain of college debt. And she's doing very well. She's a program coordinator here at Outreach, which is a day treatment center right in Bellport. So we're blessed that it's, I, just had some lovely opportunities for theater. So, so it's like kind of like now I'm facing like the next thing. Should I retire? And like, what would I do? And I'm going to kind of sad. I mean, they offered me an incentive years ago, but then they hired me right back. So I kind of stayed, even though I'm part-time. So now I'm like facing like, first time in my life. I don't know, like.
You mean retire from work, not from theater?
Yeah, retire from work. Okay. So what will I do? I mean, I've done some background things, which is kind of fun, like Mrs. Maisel and The Hunt and, a few of those things I started to get into. But of course, last year, nothing. And this year, I'm just waiting because now you have to get COVID tested. So you got to slug to the Bronx or Brooklyn, to get the COVID test. But there again, I'm lucky because I work at a psychiatric hospital. So I've been able to get the vaccine and we get tested twice a week if we want. So, that's like it.
Oh,
nice.
I'm so happy when I have such fond memories of, and I was in such awe of you both. I mean, to write things like that off this, I was telling my daughter, well, somebody would say like, okay, put a peppermint stick. And then they'd have to figure out how to get a peppermint stick into the script and, all of those things, the category and a prop. And I just thought it was just so amazing, the creativity and how you did it. I don't even know how you did it. But I was so happy to be a part of it. And I know everybody was too. I was so happy.
I know we felt blessed to have you a part of it because every single time you were in something, it was like this beam of energy came into the entire thing. We're like,
yes.
It's just wonderful.
And the wigs and the costumes and everything was always just so well thought out. You were like, oh, I got stuff.
And coffee cake.
Coffee cake. Oh, I have a new cake. It's a honey bun cake. Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh.
And it's easy. Yeah.
Once pandemic is over,
Well, we'll get together. I'll make it.
yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be there for that. We'll fly in for that.
Oh God, I'm hoping to get to Arizona. My niece was supposed to get married, and with this whole pandemic thing, she canceled. But the minute I'm in Scottsdale, I'm gonna find you. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you.
We're not far. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very close.
Are you in Phoenix? Where are you?
We're outside of Phoenix. Scottsdale's here, Phoenix here, we're here. We're about 40. Best brunches in Scottsdale. So
Nice.
We'll come to you.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We drive.
Fine.
So Justin, how about you? What is new and different and the same in your life?
Oh, I mean, for the same, I have to go with Phyllis, just regular routine, day-to-day routines. What's changed? I don't know. I feel like I was a Padawan, like a young Padawan when I started you guys' film. Now I kind of look closer to my true age, whatever that may be. I'm feeling more adultish, which is great. But no, besides that, what's changed is in terms of my survival job, now I'm a flight attendant, and it's really cool. Like, I've been fortunate enough to fly around to some really nice places and countries and get to see the world a little bit more, which just also helps.
Where are your regular routes?
Everywhere. I've been to Arizona as well. I'm based in Newark, so I do domestic and international.
Hold on. Did you say you were in Arizona?
It's true. I didn't know you guys lived in Arizona, though. I'm sorry.
You gotta go. See you. Bye.
I can fly out there to make it up to you guys now, though. But yeah, my routes are usually domestic and international. So in 1 week, I could just be like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and then in the next week I could be London or Paris. So.
Oh my gosh, how cool!
It's fun. I mean, even now with everything going on, it still has its perks. So, yeah. But that's all I got. I just kept it short.
Yeah,
I miss you guys. I miss all of you guys. It's great seeing you, and it's crazy that this has been 10 years already. What a journey the whole Project 52 was.
Yeah.
So really cool.
So, Justin, how old were you when you were a part of this film?
I was 23, going on 24. Yeah.
You were a baby, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a baby. I felt like I looked a little bit younger then too. So I was kind of, yeah.
But you always had such an old soul and so much maturity. Why are you laughing at that?
You know why I'm laughing.
Oh.
The wise owl. Yeah.
The wise owl, exactly.
Yes.
But I mean, it's fun to see you 10 years later because, and I think this is true of all of our more like freshman type of actors that like they were so young that we asked some people on these reunions, so what's new, what's changed, and they're like, are you kidding, I was 20,
my whole life
has changed, like what do you think? So it's really awesome to be able to check in with a bunch of you that are now like truly adults, like living in your adulthood and feeling like such a difference as compared to when you were like, you want me to make a movie? Oh, okay, sure. Like, you guys didn't know what the heck was going on. You were like
I'm free every night, every day. We're making.
I'm free. I could get out this rehearsal so we could do this movie. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Literally, it was like most of the people. So.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And Justin, we talked about this recently. Is that Christine had met you before, but that was the first day I ever met you.
Yes.
And like our friendship has been so strong for the past 10 years that like I don't know like what life is like without JST in it. So
I think of that question with you guys too, because what would life be if I didn't have Sean and Christine right now? And especially when I'm talking to you about movies, shows, everything, all of our hangouts, all of our like creative talks is just, yeah, without that, I have no idea what path I would technically be on right now. So definitely grateful for all of my friendships here, all of you guys, especially you two.
Yeah, that's pretty wild too.
Yeah.
We were in Once Upon a Mattress together. That's how I met you.
Oh, I wasn't in it, but I went to see it. Yes. Once Upon a Mattress. I was not in it.
He
That
wasn't
was
in
Mark. That was Mark.
Yeah.
Mark was, yeah. I was
Mark and
not in
Joe
it.
were tied together as the wizard.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
came back in between shows to see their shows and stuff, and that's how we met. Yes.
Yes, because of course you were tied in with the whole
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
gosh, wow, that's wild.
If you thought you were in the show, that's great, man.
I should have went with it too.
You would have been like, and who did I play? And I'll be like,
wasn't I fantastic?
I don't know. Wait a minute,
Was
no,
I?
you were the prince in Into the Woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kay was in, yes. So I didn't
Kay
meet
was
Justin
in
that
it,
day,
yeah.
but I saw Justin.
That's right.
Okay, and last but not least, we have Ed Huther.
Do we?
I don't know if we still have Ed Huther.
Ed fell asleep.
Ed, so what has changed in 10 years and what has stayed the same?
Well, you know, when we did this, I was very young. I was like a shot glass at the time. So
Oh my goodness.
Obviously.
I think more of an espresso cup, I would say.
Oh, yes.
Demi-tasse. I was just going to say that.
And now you're a full-grown mug. I can't even handle it.
yeah, well, you know, and I continued with the entertainment, kept auditioning, and you know, just started doing a lot of movies.
Wow.
Did like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Cup. I'll never get through this.
He can't even keep it going himself.
Bridge on the River Mug.
You were very
Oh my goodness.
You know, and Apocalypse Cup was a big one. I remember doing that one.
Wow.
Star Cups was.
Our cups.
Yeah.
puppy born.
So, you know, made a name for myself. You know, always trying, you know, stay on the straight and narrow, not get into any hot water. But unfortunately, it's like hot water is always getting into me. So,
Wow.
that's really what it's been.
He's cracking himself up. What is happening?
Look at Donna.
Oh my God.
We should have expected something like this.
Oh my gosh.
I just can't wait for the Goodbye Cruel World one. I don't know
Wow.
what that's going to be.
Wow.
Oh, what's going on there?
What is happening?
That's Wally coming into the shot. I don't know what's going on now.
That's Short Circuit from the movie.
Oh my God.
No,
That
it's Wally.
definitely looked like Short Circuit for a second.
Oh my.
Wow.
Have it like rigged up too, so we don't see his hands.
It's something.
He's got a robot dolly. What is
What is that
this?
He's wearing black gloves. He's easy
Oh
to
my gosh. So, but in all seriousness, you're talking about how, you know, your relationship with Justin has been such a big deal for you over the past
Yes.
10 years. And let's be honest, there have been some times in our life over the past 10 years that we could have possibly been homeless if it wasn't for Ed and his generosity. So why don't you two talk about that for a second?
So Ed means nothing to me.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Vice versa.
What?
Vice versa.
The feeling is mutual.
No, yes. I don't. Ed, how long has it been since It Unleashed started?
Well, It Unleashed has been for a lot of years now, but it didn't go full time until 2014. Really was when we went, you know, 100% full time.
Wow. So for a huge chunk of the 10 years, I've been working with Ed a lot doing video production. And you're right. Like there are a lot of times where I was out of work or like things were struggling, and like you kept us afloat with all of the like gigs that you were throwing my way. So we, like, once again, like I knew Ed before Project 52.
Yeah.
But in the past 10 years, you know, we've worked so much together. And in like the past couple of years alone, like things have been going like crazy with the work. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sean, very important. Might not be an opportune time, but you're fired. Just I was like, I was going to tell you tomorrow, but I have you here, so. Yeah.
Do you mind staying on the call and finishing this, or should we just end it now?
I can hang around a little bit longer.
And some things that haven't changed, Ed.
Exactly.
Just leave it at that.
Yes.
That's it. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we get to the film itself.
Did you hear the Apocalypse Cup joke? Wasn't that a good one? Did you hear that one? Did you get it? Get it when I said it, or did it go by you? It was like
We heard you laughing at it. He just did this to the cup.
Went over its head.
Wow.
I don't think anyone laughed more than Ed during that joke.
No, nobody did. Oh my gosh. So why don't you?
Because it's like Apocalypse Cup. That's not the actual original title.
Oh.
Why don't you describe?
It was actually a play on titles.
Okay, so this movie had a little bit of controversy when it first came out because there was a disclaimer put on the beginning of the film apologizing for the way it came out.
You make it sound like someone else did it. You put.
I didn't want to put it on. I remember editing this film and just like really struggling with the way it came out because I was like, I don't know how to do this and make it look good. And this was like, I don't know, it's not coming out good. So I was frustrated with it.
All right, well, wait a second. I'm going to interrupt here as a video mug here. No. A little inside baseball. Tell us exactly how did you go about incorporating the animated effect of putting the faces on the mugs?
All I did basically was mask. I shot everyone, sitting in a still position as best they could. And I kind of masked
with their chins up against the back of the chair, right?
And just masked their mouths out and then laid it over the cups and just kind of tried to mask the colors. I didn't do any keyframing, which I should have done to make it move, with their actual faces. But it was just kind of like, I got to get.
And would have taken 8 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just kind of was what it was. And like in hindsight, if I should have had everyone wear like maybe like makeup on their faces to make it look more evenly like the cups they were portraying, but it works. But the animation doesn't really work because people don't really their faces, their mouths move and the cups stay still. So like Amazing Orange, who we kind of modeled after at that time, was like the big YouTuber.
Annoying Orange, yeah.
They do a lot of keyframing and animation where the mouth kind of moves along with it. So that was kind of what we're going for. But we put a disclaimer on it. I remember after the movie was done, we posted it, you and Dave were like, yeah, you should put something on that because like you're so unhappy with it.
Okay. In fairness, and Dave has already said this in reunions that he was on, he was so entrenched in like YouTube mentality and like YouTube is a thing, YouTube culture, all this stuff. Justin knows that he was like, oh my God, you're like defaming Annoying Orange. Oh my gosh. And I was like, whatever he says, he's the YouTube guy. Oh no.
And I was like, okay, I guess.
And then look at Donna shaking her head. Donna was like, no, don't you take that away from yourself.
And then we felt bad after it too, because it was kind of like, oh man, then like how do the actors feel about this? That like tried really hard to make this work. And now we're like, yeah, this came out pretty bad. So here it is, but we're not happy with it. So it was a poor judgment on our part for that. So.
It was a poor judgment on your part.
Yes. You're a stained cup anyway.
I sure am.
All right, so let's watch for the double feature of Justin and also the double feature of Phyllis. I was actually just thinking that like, wow, both of them play two characters.
What are they? What's the
information? Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so week 9 cracked up. The genre was comedy, selected by Andrew Brown.
That works.
Oh God. The theme was broken family.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's messed up. By Ray Gobes. And then the random element is leopard prints,
which Phyllis wears.
Oh, yes! I still have those pajamas.
And her little human cameo.
Oh my gosh! And
how many views does this one have?
The view count is 1,009 views.
Wow.
Whoop, whoop.
Broke 1,000.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we're gonna share this screen. Can everyone see our screen?
Yes.
All right. And feel free to talk over it and say whatever you want. That's fine. Okay, here's Cracked Up, everyone.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, there it is. Ah. Ooh. Oh.
This week we failed. God. You know what? A disclaimer is one thing, but you were so harsh.
Yeah.
We failed.
Yeah.
I have shown people this in the past, and right away they're like, "What's up with that disclaimer?" And I'm just like, "Well, you be the judge when you watch."
There's
You
the
were harsh.
pajamas.
You were being.
Oh my gosh, I remember that green pot had chili in it, and Donna was trying to make me try chili for the
Yes.
first time. And I was like,
Yes.
stop it.
Oh, those are our cups.
It was pretty good. It's pretty good.
That was my mom's recipe box.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you turn up the volume a little bit?
Tea time! Hey, I wonder what flavor it's gonna be today. Oh, I hope it's lemon singer. You always hope it's lemon singer. But this time. Excuse me, I happen to think it's delicious. I would love some cranberry acai herbal blend. Yeah! What?
Yeah.
What is that? It's radical. And grapefruit too. Yeah. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned Lipton? Now we have this fruity tooty, tai kai, icky icky crap. You said it wrong. It's acai. Yeah. Now listen here, Sonny. I have scuffs in my paint older than you. Calm down, you two. And Abram, you should learn respect for your elder cops. I really don't care what flavor it is, as long as that big-lipped woman isn't coming today with the gross red lipstick. It always gets stuck to my head, and it takes at least 2 washes to get off. Oh, hanky poo.
Oh, here it comes.
Want, I can help you. Get it off. No, I can manage, really. I've had it with you constantly coming on to my husband and in front of the children, no less. Oh, Hazelnut, there is no need to be jealous. Maybe if you took care of some of those cheeks by your rim, Hank would pay more attention to you. What? Hank, are you gonna sit there and let her talk to me like this? Oh, geez, well, I really don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I mean, that's the last thing that I would ever want to. Hank, you're gonna have more than hurt feelings if you don't. Oh, you big bully, you. Oh, don't worry, Hanky Panky. I will make it all better. You two-bit floozy, you.
Ooh.
You don't even belong here. The rest of us came from respectable stores. Caldors, Woolworths, Home Goods. She picked you up at some roadside garbage sale. Oh. Granny, I think you mean garage sale. And there's nothing wrong with garage sale. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. Just because you like French vanilla creamer doesn't give you the right to pass off some funny accent. Aren't you from Jersey? Well, I have never been so insulted in all my life. Doubt that. It's clear nobody really wants me here. I'm gonna throw myself off of this counter. Oi, time. Not this again. Oh, I'm ready to meet my maker. Good riddance. A stained cup anyway. Oh, my love. Who met his untimely end at the hands of those savage aborigine. Those. I'm pretty sure those were just ladies' grandkids playing Tea Party Too Rough. No. There was war paint's roid rage. I believe that was finger paint. Whatever. No cops here will care if I'm gone or not. Why don't you just jump already and get it over with?
Jump!
Jump!
Guys, calm down. Lady is coming back. Guys.
Go for broke!
Oh, Faith, Cora, I never really thought it would happen. Poor little thing. So cracked up.
Just like Larry. Such a shame that cup was a dish. I hope they're dunkers. Yeah!
Hello? Hello? Guys, somebody give me a handle.
I forgot
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap. Really?
Yeah.
Serious? You didn't remember that?
You
I
didn't
have
remember?
no idea.
What? You didn't realize it was her?
I had no idea.
Whoa. Gary, you look so different.
You look so sleepy there.
So upon a fresh viewing, I think the disclaimer was a good idea.
Hold on. It was written by us?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. I was actually, that's why I wanted to watch to the end, because I was like, who wrote that?
Oh.
If I remember correctly, though, I think we were doing a lot of like edits on the fly that as people were like playing with
People were ad-libbing and
characters,
making up their own lines.
and as people were like, oh, I'm going to do this accent, right? Like, we didn't tell you to do any of those accents. That was just you guys being amazing, right?
Yeah.
No? Yes?
They did not tell
Yeah.
us to do the accents.
I feel like that made it so much more fun. Everyone just having their own little weird thing. But I will say, Ed was inconsistent because when he came on tonight, he had some weird husky voice. That was not his character's voice at all.
That was actually my Bruce the Shark voice, I think. I forget what I started with. I don't know. Apocalypse Cup. You get it? You get it? Usually gets big laughs. I don't know.
Oh, wait, we're going right into.
Well, you said back.
This is surefire right here.
No, let's talk for a bit before we go on
let's
to that.
talk for a bit then.
Oh my God, what's happening now?
Do you get recognized? Is that why you need to be in
when all goes
costume?
wrong, nose are the way to go.
That nose is so disproportionate to your eyes.
They always say that.
Okay, so we know Ed's feelings after watching it over again and how he agrees with the disclaimer. Any other thoughts from anyone else? It's been possibly a long time since you've seen this. Any thoughts or memories or just feelings about Cracked Up?
So, I mean, I watched it about a year ago with my girlfriend, and I did not give her a disclaimer. I did not tell her the contents of this film. I was like, this is Project 52. This is what we did. I'm in a few of them. And right away, she saw the disclaimer and was like, is it that bad? Because she loves animation. She has a degree in animation. I'm like, no, it's fine. Just watch. She thought it was really cute, really adorable, and really silly in a good way. And she's just like, I don't feel the need for the, the disclaimer. Because she's like, that's another thing about animation. Animation doesn't have to look perfect in any way, shape, or form. Sometimes it's the most obtuse looking piece of animation that's the catchiest. So she really enjoyed it, and when she said it like that, I was like, okay, I can see that.
Did she also encourage you to take up waitering?
No, she did recommend I don't watch this film called The Cup Father. I think you were in that one, right?
Teasing, of course. Can any of you guys wiggle your nose?
But yeah, it was I for me personally rewatching it, I thought it was really silly and cutesy. It was what it was. And nowadays with the amount of content that comes out via TikTok and all these other things, I mean, people are literally doing nothing and it's attracting views, whereas this was created for what it was, and it had a plot, and it had a beginning, middle, and ending. So that's what I look for personally.
Yeah.
It's cute. It really is cute.
Yeah, I thought it's very cute. I think you would, you probably had a vision and it didn't quite come up to maybe what you thought it was going to be, and so you felt you had to put the disclaimer. But I thought it was really adorable. I really, really and truly.
Be with you, Phyllis, 100%.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I still stand by the fact that the disclaimer is unnecessary, but I think you underestimated what you achieved in a week. I mean, these companies that are producing these unbelievable animation 10 years ago they had money behind it, they had technology behind it that wasn't accessible to us.
Yeah, and did you ever watch the credits after one of those cartoons? You know how many animators and things that they list there that do all that crazy stuff.
We're looking at it. Like, we're looking at the animators.
First of all, this whole project was, like a training ground, and where you're experimenting and you're seeing what works, what doesn't work, and that's what all filmmakers will do, and that's why you'll see based on budgets or technology of the time and things like that, what's available to you. That's why filmmakers go back in, and a lot of times later on, you look at Lucas, for fucking sake, let's go in and re-edit our whole movie that everybody already loves, and change it and change effects and the things like that. And it's done all the time. So this is one of those projects where you look at it and you say, I was only capable of doing this in this time. Now, if I did this again today, here's what I would do differently. Here's how I would fix it. Or here's how I want to go back into that project and tweak it now. This is why Pablo Picasso was banned from a lot of the places that were displaying his artwork later in his life, because he would actually sneak paints in under his jacket and try and fix them while they were up on the wall.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a real thing. And security used to have to take him, because he was destroying, so to speak, these priceless works of art that he had done, but he was like, oh, no, I just got to fix this. And
wow,
there you go.
Oh my gosh. And if that doesn't speak to what you talked about, I think it was Envy, and it was us and Dave.
Yeah.
And Dave kind of like flipped the script on us, because we're usually like the hosts, I guess. And he was like, well, what has changed for you? What has changed? And then he started like interviewing us. And it's just so interesting, because like that notion of someone that is so acclaimed having to go, not that I'm trying to compare you and Picasso, but you see the parallel of like that tireless need to perfect, and how it like got him kicked out of museums featuring his own work just to like control and fix and perfect.
Why couldn't Picasso go back and adjust his own work, right? Like, that's what one would think. My work is not.
At that point, he didn't own the work anymore, so.
Yeah.
Fact. Yeah. But to your question, I think it's precious. I think it's absolutely precious. I think it's a charming. No, he is so strange.
Oh, you're poking yourself in the eye. Oh, now he's
why are you so angry?
He's a pissed off tub.
I am just ticked off.
The mouth off to the side.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody laughed at the Apocalypse Cup joke. That's why. Now I'm mad.
Oh my gosh. So what were some favorite memories of the making of this movie?
Trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Something. And like, I remember us having to go into the living room because Sean banned us from the kitchen watching anybody else, because we were all laughing because we were enjoying it. It was just like, everybody was so silly.
Yeah. And that's the thing with a film like this, it was so nice to just kind of like we're not trying to make something perfect here. We're trying to have fun and be goofy and just embrace the like silliness of the concept, you know, like I think that was something that I really appreciated, was just this mixture of people having so much fun and very much, I mean, the way I said, like, I don't even really want to film a reunion. I just want to talk to everybody. Like, that's how I felt about the original film too. Like, can't we just all hang out together? Like, why would we want to film something?
I remember being stressed the entire time.
Well, because you were already like, how am I going to edit this?
Yeah, you were like, how am I going to edit this? And I don't have too much time. And
then at one point, the battery and the camera died. I didn't bring a spare with me. I had to come home and get it. So we're like, hey, Justin, do you mind just hanging out in this house for a couple hours? Like, well, like an hour. I had to go home.
I don't remember that at all.
I came back here, got the battery. Who stayed there with everyone else?
I had good conversation.
The Maggios were very nice people. It's okay.
Yes, the Maggios are amazing, and Phyllis is amazing, and Ed is Ed. You know, Ed's great. No, everyone. Seriously though, that was my first time meeting any of them, and literally they just welcomed me with open arms. Everyone was great, and we had tons of great conversation, theater, and just creativity and stuff like that. So I would work with any of you guys again, definitely.
Awesome. Absolutely.
Wonderful time. It was a great time. I was really in awe of the both of you. And I truly mean that. You're just, not only are you fabulously talented and creative, just such nice people.
Yes.
That's what I really, really loved about you. You're just such nice people, good-hearted, good people. Yeah, that's what I really.
All right, we'll keep you.
Agreed.
I mean, Phyllis, it was always so nice to work with you. Besides the professionalism that you bring, it was always such a, like you always called it, a mutual respect society or
mutual admiration society.
That's what it was. But I mean, we appreciated you so much for what you brought to the table in your spirit and in your wanting to make it good no matter what. Like there were some people that after hours would get tired or would be like, are you people done yet? Like, come on. And you were just always willing, with a smile on your face and the most pleasant demeanor, to just be like,
well, because
Shawnee, you're looking a little stressed. Do we want to do that again? Like,
why not? We were there to make something good and to have fun, and I was so like thrilled to even be considered and asked to do it. Oh my God, it was fun. It was wonderful.
And it was like everyone here, like everyone, folks like all of you that like brought so much energy to that week that like it kind of like revitalized us. Like for like, oh, this one's gonna be a good one because we have these people behind us, and then it made everything easier.
Yeah.
Then that disclaimer.
That's when everything changed.
Dun, dun, dun.
What week was this? Week 9?
This is week 9, so it was early on.
So to Phyllis's point, I think the thing that's amazing about this is like, and to give you guys kudos as well, is like, so it's now 9 weeks in, you've now just done a film that you're not even thrilled or happy about, yet you did 43 more after that, or more than that. 43, is that right? Did I do the right math? Okay, good.
Yeah.
You did like a million more basically like after that week, and you kept going, and that's just unbelievable. I mean, I know that we're still early on and we'll probably say this and
every time
and everybody else will say this too.
Yeah.
But it's like incredible that you did 52 weeks back to back, no stopping, nothing derailed you guys.
And you know what? There were points where you guys lost that fire and like the drive, but you still
did it.
Yeah, you persevered and conquered through it, and it's a brilliant project. Like how many people in their lifetime are going to be able to say that they made 52 movies in a year?
Exactly.
I mean, it's funny because I often quote James Taffarelli, which still hurts my brain that I'm like, wow, I'm quoting James Taffarelli 10 years later. Okay, I never would have thought that would happen. But Taff said in one of the like actors' perspectives thing that there are some filmmakers that will go their entire career and not make as many films as you did in this 1 year. And like that has stuck with me ever since, that just like that notion. And I hope that will like, we're kind of hoping that this reunion tour this year will kind of give Project 52 its due, its honor, its love, its respect, its space. And then we can kind of take the picture of Project 52 and put it up on a shelf in a frame and go, that was a beautiful memory, but that is no longer the only thing that we will have created.
Yeah,
It already is.
we talked about, yeah, that's true. We talked about this, Dave, like it's kind of like been a pair of handcuffs on me anyway, for like years and years of like just kind of holding me down in some ways.
Yeah.
To kind of live up to just the.
Well, you're about to have a new playground.
This is very true.
Yeah.
So,
a fun playground full of toys.
Hold on, go.
I don't know what, Donna, what'd you just say? We lost you.
I said, let me plug this in for Ed so he can.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
actually, it is very much about us having a little bit of a playground. The new studio is going to be, there's going to be a lot of work out of there, and hopefully there's going to be a lot of fun out of there. So,
Oh, how nice! Congratulations!
Congrats.
Thank you.
Where is it, Ed? Where?
It will be where the location that you now know as the lobby area of Studio Theater in Lindenhurst.
The upstairs?
Right. The whole building is being renovated. The theater will be downstairs, and there will be a television production studio upstairs.
Nice.
I didn't know that. Oh, how nice. Good for you.
So hopefully Sean will be doing a lot of creative things there.
Neat.
And even better if he does creative things that make me money.
This project was not about that, Ed.
This is the love of the
Right. No, not about that at all.
love of
Oh
the
my
art.
gosh. I just wanted to share that I had this ritual during 2011 where we would post on Tuesdays. Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay, I think we posted on Tuesdays. And so on Saturdays, I was working as a newborn baby photographer, and I would drive out to Huntington Hospital and I would take pictures of the babies there. And what I would do is I would send my grandparents the movies each week.
Oh yeah.
And then on the ride home from Huntington, I would call my nanny and say, all right, so what did you guys think this week? And I remember talking to her after Cracked Up, and she was like, my family loves tea. Sean's family loves tea. And she was like, this may be my favorite. I don't know what else you're going to create that's going to make me happier than this one. And it was just so cute. And then after the year was over, I was like, so did any movie dethrone Cracked Up? And she was like, nope, that one's still my favorite. So like this one always had like such a special place in my heart, that she was so like, I just love that one. Talking cups, how cute.
I didn't know.
Story about Nan. I'm the happiest.
I didn't know you had that job. For a while I had a newborn baby photographer on staff, but I had to fire her because she was always drooling and pooping all over the lens.
People who are watching this,
Wow.
This is what we have to contend with all the time.
It is a wonder that anything was made this week.
Just came up with that one.
Why don't we watch the blooper reel on that note?
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Apocalypse Cup.
Apocalypse Cup. Okay, so this is the bonus. I haven't watched this. I don't know what is even on this.
It's frightening.
I was gonna say, I think we're all frightened now.
Slurm Films.
Oh. ID Unleashed. Oh my my God, look at you.
And great feet too.
You are such a baby. Ah!
Yeah.
I hope it's lemon zinger. Calm down, you two. And April, you sure really should. Sorry. Go back. Look, I've had it with you.
She's not even resting her chin.
Yeah.
And I don't want. If you want, I could tell you a thing or two, a story or two. You little shit. Oh. No.
Oh, don't worry, Hanky Panky. I will make it all better. Aren't you from Jersey?
You want more?
I'm just asking. Is she there? Hank, you're gonna have more than hurt feelings if you don't.
You mean garage sale? There's nothing wrong with garage sale. Don't do it. Think about the marshmallows.
What?
About the hot chocolate.
I really don't care what flavor it is, as long as that big-lipped woman isn't coming today.
He's reading a script on the spot. Wow.
Want me to learn lines?
Everybody, could we just count to 10 and breathe?
Now, we have this fruity tooty, tai kai, icky aki crap. Guys!
Help you if you want. See, that's the problem. What is it? If you want is the first thing I have to say. Okay.
If you want, I can help you.
Okay. Got it.
I really don't care what flavor it is, as long as that big-lipped woman isn't coming today with the gross red lipstick. It always gets stuck to my head, and it takes at least 2 washes to get off.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, sorry. Don't go pieces. We'll miss you. Bye.
So young. Pain in the ass, but still very young.
Oh, Faith and Cora. I never really thought it would happen. Poor little thing. So cracked up. That's the breaks, I suppose. Really, it would be my pleasure.
Such a good time for herself there. Like, I'm just gonna ad-lib until you stop me.
Hey, that's what I'm told. Like, until you say cut.
Wow.
Oh,
I guess a lot of those lines didn't even make it in because I don't know. You were like Justin, like, oh no, the marshmallows. Like, I don't remember.
I don't know. I just remember. I don't know. I think she was falling, but there was also a bag. We didn't want the bag to fall. Then we're like, no, we're not. We're not doing this.
The marshmallows.
and the hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
You still have those chairs.
We built those chairs from IKEA.
Yep.
Plug.
Still have them.
All right, we need to do a sequel. That's what I'm hearing.
How
I'll
does
fly
it
out
feel looking back and seeing all of us in your old house and your kitchen and, you know, all that stuff? Like, you know, I mean, how long were you guys at the Huntington house?
15 years. I mean, because at that point, we moved in 2003. So I guess it was 8 years.
8 years.
Yes, we were there 8 years at that point. Yeah.
I miss that kitchen.
Oh.
I love that kitchen.
It was a nice kitchen.
It was,
It was a very nice kitchen.
We built that kitchen. Like, we conceived that
we
kitchen.
built that kitchen.
We did. We were really proud because we had conceived of the triangle that they always talk about that you got to have when you build a kitchen. And that stove. I miss that stove.
Oh, that was a good stove.
Rats. It's all good.
Lots of good memories.
Yes. We get to see it cracked up now.
There you go.
That's true.
They'll always live on.
Forever memorialized.
And when we watched Phyllis walk in, I was like, oh yeah, I love that backsplash. Oh, we just used that pot yesterday. I was like, it's
Oh.
yeah. Makes me happy.
Well, this was
Yes, you made the chili. You made the what'd you make? The vegetarian chili, and some of it came from where did you work? What was that food store you worked in? It was delicious. You made us that big pot of chili. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was really delicious.
Thanks.
You were mad at me because I didn't want any of it because I was like, I'm not eating vegetables.
It was really good. You wouldn't have known the difference. It was perfect. It was
I would have known. I would have known.
I mean, there would have been vegetables in it, so he would have known, seen it, but you wouldn't have known because it's so flavorful.
So
Thanks, guys.
Hearty.
I like to make
The hearty chili.
Oh, right. Well, any final thoughts, parting words from everybody before we say goodnight?
I just think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just think it's a wonderful thing you're doing these whole reunions, and not only for the actors and for us to see each other again, but for you too, to see all the work. What an accomplishment it was. So I'm really happy. Thank you for doing this. This is really great. Really great.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. And it's such a joy. And I think that, some people we've kept in really close touch with, and other people we have had like more chance encounters that have made us very happy.
Ed. We have to do it.
Guess what, Ed? I have the power to mute you. Ha ha. So we have we have had lots of different encounters. He has to do it.
Okay.
We've had lots of different encounters with people over the years, but I think reuniting the people that were a part of these films week by week has been a really special thing. And it's really nice to be able to come back together, not just with like, oh, a couple of you or whatever, but to have as many of us all together again as possible has just been really special. So I'm really grateful we're doing this too.
Me too. It's been really great every single week.
Yeah.
Christine, does your cup runneth over?
Justin, what were you gonna say?
You don't even need to make that face because I know it does.
I was just pretty much going to say the same thing Phyllis said in regards to it honestly was a pleasure going on this journey with you guys. And Sean mentioned the handcuffs earlier. And one of the things I kept saying during the whole process of Project 52 and even now is, when you're in that project, you see everything one particular way, but we're not really going to know the true impact or the outcome of it until we look at it later on. And I think the creativity goes hand in hand. There's no need for handcuffs because just like Project 52 was never the same. Everything else about it was different from film to film. And just like your creativity, it will never be Project 52. Whatever you decide to do further on, it will just be you being creative. And then when you look at it from a distance later on, I'm sure you'll find the appreciation within it. So.
Well, Ed,
I think Justin's trying to give you a TED talk right now. He's like JST Wise Owl business right here.
Dropping some wise
and Justin, I have to tell you, you get this very specific tone in your voice when you've like entered the stride of the JST moment because you're like, and now I'm saying it to you, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting it. Here, he's serving it up for us.
It's been a while, so I wasn't even sure if I was capable of still doing that.
Oh, you always are.
But I meant every word. Seriously, I meant every word.
You mean you don't break that out over the microphone when you're like making announcements on the airplane? Like, everyone, this is what you have to do with your lives.
No. If the passengers talk to me individually, sometimes that comes out. And then I'm like, no, we're good.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine having like my flight attendant give me life advice and just be like, thank you, you're amazing. Oh my God.
That's a whole video in itself. People just like to talk to flight attendants. It's almost like we're just like therapists in the sky. So people will talk and I just listen.
Therapists in the sky.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I once had a flight attendant, like I was sitting here by myself because I was wearing a boot on my foot. And then he was sitting like across the aisle by himself.
He was flying himself, right? Wasn't he?
He was a flight attendant.
No, but he was on that flight. He wasn't.
He was a passenger.
No, he was working.
He
was working.
Okay.
And he would like make these outlandish announcements of like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then look at me and be like, they love that shit. And I was like,
I'm not one of those. I've seen the videos and I'm always like, no.
oh my gosh. But it was so wild because it was as if he was like, I was getting my own show separate from the show he was giving everybody else because he was like, right? You hear that one? I was like, oh, okay.
You actually passed.
Oh my gosh. Huther, anything, any last words from you? You want to play your harmonica now?
Apocalypse cow. Right? It gets funnier every time, right?
It does, Ed. Yes, it does. Does it, Phyllis?
Just smile and nod. Just smile and nod.
Well, we'll repeat one last time how proud we are of you guys for doing this journey to the past and the journey in the past.
And the journey ahead.
And the journey ahead. There we are.
We raise our cups to you.
You're here.
Is that a cat dad mug?
Yes, that's.
Oh my God.
It's at the big. Oh. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I didn't mean it that way, but yes.
And then he puts the. Oh my gosh.
Ed, I told you not to show that. I didn't mean to send that to you.
And on that delightful note, we thank you so much.
Early material.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.